4 days after my 8th birthday, I was diagnosed with cancer. My diagnosis was Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Christina was a happy, strong, and very active little girl. One evening after riding her bike with friends, we noticed that the veins in her chest were very prominent. She had no other symptoms. We called our pediatrician, Dr. Avril Beckford, who recommended that we bring her in for an exam immediately. We tried to remain positive, but deep down we knew that something was desperately wrong. Then we were in the emergency room for a CT scan, and the horror of a tumor was clearly imaged in her perfect little chest. Within 24 hours, Christina was in surgery for a thoracoscopy, a biopsy, confirming her diagnosis and changing our lives forever.
Ironically, one of Christina's greatest fears was of needles. She was supposed to get daily injections at the beginning of her treatment, but she worked through that fear and gave herself the injections during this time. During treatment, she was hospitalized twice with fevers, a sign of potential infection. With cancer treatment, you fear cancer, but you also fear the treatment that could kill her due to the high rate of infections. We were fortunate that Christina's diagnosis was very early and she responded quickly to treatment. She's never gotten angry about her diagnosis or asked why. Although we tried hard to be brave to her, it was impossible to keep our fears from her. She'd never seen this in us before. At one point she asked us, "Will I die from cancer?" We assured her that she'd get treatment and be cured. And from that point on, she had a great ability to move forward, continuing to play soccer, go to school, and just have fun. There were so many times when she felt horrible and she never complained. She's taught us so much about courage, grace, and strength. Fortunately for us, previous research had shown that children diagnosed early in the early stages of Hodgkin's lymphoma could be cured without radiation therapy, which is one of the biggest risk factors for future health problems, like the development of other cancers. We're so thankful to organizations like the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society that provide direct funding for this type of research to improve the safety and the efficiency of treatment regimens for other children.
Christina's cancer is in remission and she has been off treatment for 3 years and 2 months. You might wonder why you would be so exact, but every day off treatment is like a deep breath and the hope that this will mean a life free of cancer and healthy for Christina.
I'm looking forward to a bright future.
In August of 2006, Jordan, our then 2-year-old, was healthy and happy, but one day developed severe leg pain. We took him to the emergency room and they quickly diagnosed him with acute lymphoblastic leukemia. Our world suddenly changed from playdates and preschool to hospital stays and a great deal of chemotherapy.
About 3 weeks after he was diagnosed with ALL, we learned that Jordan had a rare chromosomal condition known as Philadelphia chromosome positive. This led to a much more aggressive treatment of his leukemia, including an aggressive protocol for chemotherapy, but also moving towards a bone marrow transplant because Philadelphia chromosome has a high degree of relapse risk. So in January of 2007, our entire family moved to Minnesota, and Jordan had a bone marrow transplant at the University of Minnesota, and his sister Kaki was his donor.
Jordan did very well through the transplant and was happy and healthy again, but then at 2 years his leukemia came back and we were once again thrown into the world of the hospital and chemotherapy and treatment plans. Leukemia Lymphoma Society helped us navigate where we might do a trial for a second transplant, and we found one at Memorial Sloan Kettering, where we once again moved our family for 4 months and did a second transplant. We had some ups and downs, but Jordan did overall great and emerged the healthy and happy 7-year-old that is with us today, 2 years later.
Throughout our 5-year battle with leukemia, we've seen so many strides in terms of treatment and drugs, and so much of that has been made possible by the funding and support of the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. And we've personally seen the benefits and attribute a lot of Jordan's recovery to what leukemia and lymphoma has done.
We are so honored to represent the multitude of children and families that are helped by life-saving research. The past 4 years has been tough at times for Jordan and for Joe and Kaki, but we are so thankful that we are all together and able to celebrate life every day.
Through his journey, Jordan was a real hero.
And all of you candidates for Man and Woman of the Year are real heroes too.
Thank you from all the law crew.